Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here at Target Trading Academy with today's Micros Market Recap. Let's get right into it. It is right at the New York close, Wednesday, June 28th, 4 p.m., 4:01. Taking a look right at oil. We opened gap down just below that close, had to move right up to the close, which is around here in this area. Let me move that cursor out of the way. Around here. Had a little bit of retracement, tested those lows, pushed new lows down. Ultimately, a buyer stepped in and brought it up, driving it all the way up here where they kind of just fizzled out. Not a whole lot of entries there in oil, at least not HVA entries, more advanced stuff if you're looking for it. And then gold, we opened gap down as well, and we just kept trying to get into that close. We eventually got it around 11:30, and then that's where you can see it just died out. We had response at that HVA edge, which is in conjunction with that contract low that we had drawn once, twice. So there are at least two opportunities to go short there. So with that said, we are finishing positive in oil, negative in gold, and then our equities are going to be finishing positive right here unless we get a huge bout of volatility. We just had some right at that close, or just, I mean, that's the most action we've really seen in a long time. It's been really choppy this afternoon. Granted, don't get this price action confused with good price action. Look at the time that it took to get down to that area. That was a good 7 minutes. So it was slow. Even though it looks orderly, it was just slow. And that's okay. I'd rather have it orderly than fast than disorderly and slow. That's just not what we want. Disorderly and slow was kind of what we saw yesterday. So we still had opportunities in our equities. We opened, if I just scroll back here, inside that range, went sideways for a good 30, 40 minutes, and then we finally got some conviction to go higher, and it just was short lived. They just, not a ton of participation today. That's why it was slow. But at the very least, it was more orderly than yesterday. Just couldn't really break out of those ranges. So that pattern that we have been seeing of them going in continuous from 11 or noon on, it seems it may have been broken today. With that said, ES is finishing at positive. And then the NASDAQ, it's a very similar story. Good participation. It was slow but orderly for the most part. There was some congestion in the morning that you can see right there, especially an hour into the market. Good 20 minutes sideways practically. So, I mean, there were some slow bits. And this is what I'm meaning. You don't want it to be slow and disorderly. This is disorderly, and it was slow. So, not something you want. Even if it's disorderly and fast, you still don't want that. You want the orderly moves, aka not being choppy. You want those smooth moves up and down, nice ebb and flow. None of this stuff that's like this, that congestion. Even if it's slow, I mean, if it's slow, it's like driving a knife in slowly and you're very slowly bleeding out. If it's fast, at least, it's a little bit more interesting to watch. But the NASDAQ did open in balance, and you can just see it took a good while for it to actually start making some new highs after that first 30 minutes put in there. It just seemed like it was getting stuck around this HVA edge, much like we saw the other day. And then the 11 o'clock yesterday, we broke out. This time it was 10 o'clock, broke out, went in a direction, and then they got stuck again, and then they had some retracement before making new highs and then pulling right back, almost making new lows. We got within good 30 points or so. But with that said, we are finishing net positive in the Nasdaq as well. It was just a slower day, not as much participation, and this is kind of to be expected leading up to the holiday on Tuesday, which is 4th of July. That's coming up. I expect Monday to be extremely slow, probably just dead, as Tuesday is that holiday where the markets are closed. So what's the point of even coming in on Monday to trade? That's what I say. That's what everyone else is most likely going to say as well. And then the rest of the week, I imagine it will be slow as well. Not as slow as Monday, but I imagine the maybe whole of July might be even relatively slow. Probably more along the lines of what we're seeing today and yesterday. But next week, I imagine, will be pretty dreadful. With that said, if you're interested in learning more information about these levels that we put out to our students the night before each market opens, or if you're interested in learning the methodology, feel free to reach out to us. We are Target Trading Academy. You can find us on Facebook or go to our website at targettrading.co. Get in touch with a representative at either location. They'll gladly show you what we do in our rooms each and every day, and you'll be able to see for yourself why we are the #1 trading education company in the world. We look forward to having you.